Zelensky said that you do not understand what it takes to win this war.
Oh, then I should immediately cancel my appointment. No, he knows. He knows I understand. Look. I hate to see the carnage. If I were president, it never would have happened. Russia would have never attacked Ukraine. Never, ever.
Donald Trump's press conference today at Trump Tower in New York City started the way that all of his events do, with Donald Trump angrily rambling, then moving into his personal grievance and finishing off with some fear-mongering and just some insane comments about something that doesn't make any sense as he slurs his speech and struggles to articulate any real thought that isn't just about his own anger. But then somehow, some way, this press conference, as it moved into the press portion, took a darker turn. Donald Trump was asked some questions that he was very clearly dreading, so much so that he had to run away. But the first of which that I want to check out is incredibly scary. Now, President Zelensky is currently in the U.S. meeting with VP Harris on Donald Trump after being asked the question that we are about to check out. Talked about how he would be having a meeting with President Zelensky tomorrow. But what he said is what should really concern us. And so before we get into that, and the question that made Donald Trump literally run away from this press conference, I want to quickly ask you to leave a like on this video, and if you enjoy this channel, to hit that subscribe button, because it goes a long way in supporting our work. Now let's check out this incredibly scary clip that should terrify you, especially if you see the end.
President Zelensky said that you do not understand what it takes to win this war.
Oh, then I should immediately cancel my appointment. No, he knows. He knows I understand. Look. I hate to see the carnage. If I were president, it never would have happened. Russia would have never attacked Ukraine. Never, ever. And by the way, President Xi would have never even thought about Taiwan, which he's thinking about very seriously now, flying planes over it every single day. But President Putin would have never attacked. When I look at the horror show that's gone on, and the level of death is far greater than what is being reported. When you look at those cities, they're all knocked down, those beautiful, gorgeous golden domes, they're shattered and lying on their side, never to be replaced again. You can't ever replace that, 2,000 years old. When you look at the heritage of that really very vibrant country in so many different ways, and you see how it's been so broken, the people, so many people dead, where they have to use old soldiers, old men and young boys because they're running out of soldiers. It's a very terrible thing. And then you see that the United States is paying for most of it, and Europe is not chipping in. And all you have to do with Europe is the same thing I did with NATO. Say you have to pay. And if you say you have to pay, they will. It's very unfair to the United States, but I look forward to seeing him tomorrow. We'll see. I do believe, I disagree with him. Well, he doesn't know me, but I disagree. But I will say this. I believe I will be able to make a deal between President Putin and President Zelensky quite quickly.
But what does that look like? What does that look like? What does that
I don't want to tell you what that looks like.
Now, of course, Donald Trump has never given an answer when asked about a plan that he will soon put out, or soon show, or in 2 weeks from now tell us about. But it is incredibly scary that he wants to give no indication of what that plan is. Because I think we know what that plan is. Donald Trump's plan is to sell out Ukraine, give whatever Putin wants to him. That should terrify us. This is someone who has been bought and paid for by Putin. This is someone who owes Putin, as we know. And we should be incredibly scared by that. What Donald Trump said there is what he's always said. He doesn't care about anyone but himself. He doesn't care about our democracy. He doesn't care about democracies abroad. And he doesn't care about our allies. And that is incredibly scary now. Like I said, this press conference continue to get darker, continue to get scarier as Donald Trump was pressed on the questions he's been dreading most. And when one came up about a scandal that is rocking his campaign right now, like I said, all he could do was run away out of fear, and that is exactly what happened in this clip right here.
Are you going to pull your endorsement of Mark Robinson?
I don't know the situation.
Do you believe that you...
So, when asked about someone that Donald Trump has referred to as Martin Luther King on steroids. Someone that Donald Trump should, like he says about Mark Robinson, that he doesn't know the situation. Now, of course, the situation is that Mark Robinson has been posting disgraceful comments on porn websites for many years now, including calling himself a black Nazi. And Donald, I would ask, how do you know that there's a situation that you don't know about? If you don't know about it clearly, he does. Clearly, he doesn't want to answer the question because he knows the reality that Mark Robinson is a drag on the Republican ticket all throughout North Carolina. And something that's terrifying him. Because if North Carolina goes blue, is looking like a possibility. Donald Trump knows that his political career is over. And so he's terrified in one answer. Because there's already so much bad tape out there about Donald Trump. But like I said, Trump in this press conference finally getting a little bit of pushback, and when he was asked about Ukraine, he continued to say things that should scare us like this, right here.
Are you going to pull your endorsement of Mark Robinson?
I don't know the situation.
Do you believe that you
When asked if he would turn over land from Ukraine to Putin, he said, "We'll have to see what if you'll abandon our allies, if you'll turn your back on democracy for death time. I think we know." So let's stop pretending like we don't. That question should not have been a question. It should have been, why are you willing to do this? Why is this what you want to do? And he would say, because he knows Putin. Because he's Putin's puppet. He's Putin's pet. He's completely sold out, and that is perfectly encapsulated in this ad that I think is really great from the Lincoln Project.
When Donald Trump was president the first time, the Russians wanted him to win.
He called him colorful, talented. He said Donald Trump is the absolute leader of the U.S. presidential race.
They helped him. He won.
Господина Трампа избрал американский народ. Можно спорить, но нельзя проявлять неуважение.
He never forgot it.
Do you welcome his
I
support?
like that he said that.
Over and over, Trump put Putin and Russia over American interests.
The problem is not that Putin is smart. The real problem is that our leaders are dumb.
He wants Putin to win in Ukraine.
I said, this is genius.
Told him Russia can do what it wants in attacking our NATO allies.
I would encourage them to do whatever the hell they want.
He doesn't have a good relationship with Putin. He owes Putin. Trump's not just on the other side, he's on the take.
I think it is important that we continue to hammer home and remind ourselves and remind those that we just talked to about politics that this election is not Donald Trump running versus VP Harris running for president. VP Harris running for president to build a better America, to lead us toward a brighter future, and it's Donald Trump running to enrich himself to help Putin and other dictators and avoid jail. That's why he's running. That's it. To escape accountability and help other authoritarians as he tries to become one to enrich himself and his wealthy friends. That's the difference. It's not two people running for president. There's very different motives here. And we have to frame the race that way, or else we forget how important this race actually is. And it is so important. And to make that contrast, which is incredible, clear, but let's make it even clear. I want to check out what VP Harris had to say, really just slamming Donald Trump for his Putin, for being Putin.
I share with you, Mr. President, there are some in my country who would instead force Ukraine to give up large parts of its sovereign territory, who would demand that Ukraine accept neutrality and would require Ukraine to forego security relationships with other nations. These proposals are the same of those of Putin. And let us be clear, they are not proposals for peace. Instead, they are proposals for surrender, which is dangerous and unacceptable.
That is what a leader looks like. Someone who is standing by our allies, someone who is fighting with our allies, someone who cares about democracy abroad. VP Harris is speaking on behalf of, and of course with President Zelensky, because she cares about defending democracy, cares about defending our allies. She's been doing so alongside President Biden. And what is Donald Trump doing today besides whining in a press conference? Oh, that's right. He's decided to become a watch salesman. And if you haven't seen the clip, I think we should check out it.
I have watch number 1, and I'm going to keep it. It's mine, and that's the way I want to have it. Each watch is numbered and extremely rare, a true collector's item, and it includes a personal letter signed by me. Get your Trump watch right now. Go to gettrumpwatches.com. It's Trump time.
Once again, this is a guy who is running to enrich himself. This is a guy who says that no one can afford anything because the economy is so bad. And he's selling a $100,000 watch. The watch cost $100,000. That's what Trump is doing, using whatever grifty means he can to put more dollars in his pocket. And I don't think MAG is buying those watches. I think some unsavory individuals, maybe some foreign actors are buying those watches. That is the difference in this race leadership versus lend me some money. Probably not lend it, steal it in the case of Donald Trump. That's it. That's the difference. And we're going to keep talking about that on the show every single day. And if you want to support that, as always, you can hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy this channel, leave a like on this video and drop a blue heart in the comments if you stuck around at the end. Until next time, I'll see you soon.